Residents of the Makoko Waterfront Community in Lagos have raised fresh concerns over an ongoing demolition exercise, accusing government authorities of exceeding agreed boundaries and deploying excessive force. At a press briefing, community leaders and civil society groups alleged that the operation has led to the displacement, human rights violations, and reported loss of lives, prompting renewed calls for government intervention and dialogue. The report.
At the briefing, Israeli Dowo, student coordinator of the Makoko Waterfront Community, recounted events surrounding the demolition, accusing authorities of acting beyond agreed limits. According to Idowu, the exercise initially commenced along the waterfront where officials reportedly measured and demolished structures within a 15-meter setback. He, however, alleged that the operation later expanded far beyond that boundary. Idowu explained that efforts by residents to avoid confrontation were unsuccessful as the militias allegedly continued beyond the agreed 100-meter limit. He further claimed that security operatives deployed tear gas during the exercise, a development he said resulted in tragic consequences, including reported loss of lives.
Let now mark that 100 meters from that end, if that's what they want to do, to avoid fight and confrontation. So we demarcated 100 meters, but he decided to go in again. So after everything, one day they just pick one day and then start going into that 100 meters. And then we went to the people in charge, we went to the task force. They told us the order they received is to clear all water side. So it was there we now clearly understood that their plan is not just 100 meters. It's just to cover it, have a cover for the whole world to believe that what they were doing is just 100 meters. So they started going in. And then they start throwing tear gas. Then children, we lost children that could not contain the breath of that tear gas. We lost them. We lost a child that was just given birth to within 2 weeks, and that thing happened, that child died.
Human rights and environmental advocacy groups have condemned the Lagos state government over what they describe as systemic and illegal demolitions and forced evictions in several low-income communities across the state. The groups allege that the demolitions were carried out with little or no notice, consultation, compensation, or resettlement plans, leaving many families displaced and vulnerable.
We condemn this heartlessness in its entirety and reject this offer. The residents of Makoko and other affected communities across Lagos are not beggars. They are hardworking people who for years have been supporting themselves despite the disgraceful neglect by Sanwo-Olu's administration as well as past governments in Lagos State. They do not need handouts. They need their homes, their schools, their clinics, and their source of livelihood back.
As tension remains high in the Makoko Waterfront Community, residents and civil society organizations are calling on the Lagos state government to immediately halt further demolitions and engage affected communities through meaningful dialogue.